So when I'm voting, I am trying to vote off the least most horrible outcome, not just for my own sake, but for the sake of the most vulnerable people in our society, to give people a chance. I mean, that's basically the difference is, I think that the Democrats have been a disaster. Like, I'm very unenthusiastic about them right now. I do think, though, that they have on occasion, they respond to pressure. They often respond by bitching us out, but sometimes they respond by doing the right thing. And there are more people, within the Democratic Party, including elected officials, who genuinely do want to do the right thing and who are working hard. And they're stymied by terrible leadership. And so my advice is, vote in the national elections, vote in the state elections, vote in your local elections, and vote in your primaries, and try to get the best person in there. You see all these really awful dark money groups trying to chase out progressive Democrats, trying to basically put in Republicans, with a Democratic veneer into those positions. And it's because they're afraid of this growing progressive movement. And we need to stand up to that. We need to have a system where our votes matter, our rights matter, our beliefs matter, and we have true representation. And checking out of things altogether is not going to bring that about. And I completely understand, the revulsion, quite honestly. I feel at certain times where I'm forced to vote for somebody who I truly dislike only because I hate the other person and think that they're so much more dangerous. It's not inspiring, but it is one day of your life. It's a very, good cost benefit analysis. And again, I hate to say it, they don't care about your vengeance. They don't care about your absence. They're going to browbeat you no matter what. You might as well stand up for the people that you think potentially could do good or who are genuinely doing good, and show your support and speak your mind and treasure that right to vote, because they do want to take it away.
I keep telling people we'll know in 2026 whether it's game over for us and whether America is going to go into a dystopian wasteland. Why is that? Because we have lived in recent history through clearly stolen elections, right? There was Bush v. Gore in 2000, and then there was Trump in 2016. And the Supreme Court, the Democratic Party, the lawyers who were supposed to represent the rule of law in America in our Constitution, let these illegitimate presidents come to power and wreak havoc, not only in our own countries, but the world. And so that might happen again in 2024. Biden could lose, and the Republican, the Trumpian party, the Trumps will be back in the White House in some way, shape, or form. Donald is clearly going to run. He wants to run. He needs to avoid prison. If the American people get their way, the majority of Americans, the will of the people, Trump will be in prison soon. If the Department of Justice does their job, Trump will be in prison soon. That risk does exist in his mind. And so he will be running for office so he could avoid that. And Ivanka and Jared, as much as they claim to distance themselves from him, as the press is saying, they'll be right back in the White House, grifting off the father like they always do. And then it's game over. And so the real test comes in the midterms of 2026. And if in 2026, if there is not a furious blue wave like there was in 2018 to counteract that, because our elections are just so stolen, if there is no midterms blue wave in 2026, because the Republicans have our democracy captured and elections are just for show now, like they are in Russia, then it's over. It's over. So I think all of us are looking at 2026. But in the meantime, as I say in this week's episode, you need to fight like hell in the midterms so we can create as many roadblocks as possible to make stealing 2024 and 2026 much harder. So the midterms are really our last shot